I just finished watching Sinners, so I need to readjust. Now I have to shift back to Felidae.
Not the most impossible shift back.
There's overlap. I wouldn't say there's a lot of overlap, but there is a surprising amount of overlap, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, like a tonal resonance.
Some themes are repeated. Welcome to Direct to Video. VHS?
How do you say VHS in German?
This is going to be worth it.
Hold on. Translate. VHS. Apparently. Well, okay, listen. I'm VHS.
Good. A podcast where we pair movies like fine wine. I will say I did not think that we had, before we had actually started watching this movie, I hadn't thought that we had paired it well with the next movie. I was like, what's the connection? Just cats? But there are multiple references to aristocracy in this movie, and I was like, you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, right? It was kind of wild. At one point, they do say the Aristocats.
Yeah, they do say the word Aristocat. And I don't know if they are referencing Rich Cats or the movie Aristocats. I just don't know.
Right.
We watched Felidae. Which is, according to the Wikipedia page, a 1994 German adult animated xenofictive psychological horror mystery film. I'm certain xenofictive was not on here last time I looked up.
I also was like, well, y'all are getting a little crazy with it. That just means from the perspective of not humans.
Of non-humans. Which I like as a... I actually like as a shorthand to be like, this is a movie about cats told by cats.
Yeah. Okay, I need to get this out.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie is based on a book. And the script of this movie was actually written by the author of that book.
Okay.
How do I say this? This book and this movie are banned media in Germany because the author has said some things about other races in the past decade that aren't good.
Do you know what's absolutely wild about that, Andy?
Yeah.
Without spoiling too much, there's some eugenics in this book, and in this movie, and I did not think that the takeaway was supposed to be that eugenics is good.
Right, I thought that as well. I was like, this is clearly this is clearly like a anti-eugenics. Right. I would even go so far as to say that this movie might be anti-Nazi.
I think it is. I think it reads as anti-Nazi.
But
which I guess just tells you how much somebody can change in like 10, 20 years.
Yeah, right. In 20 years, this man went from eugenics is bad to I just being so full of hate. I didn't know that until today.
He was sent to prison for hate speech.
Yes, he was. He was sent to prison for like a couple of months or something like that. He's also Turkish, which is so funny to me.
That this Turkish guy moved to Germany and then just started, like, got really, really right-wing.
Yeah, got really into it.
Yeah. That is weird. You'd think he wouldn't like that.
You would think, I don't know. If that's enough for somebody to be like, you know what, I don't want to fuck with this movie, that's fair. I do think the movie's good.
It's a decent movie. You don't have to pay for it. You can watch it on Tubi.
Yeah, it's completely free. Want to hear some German cats?
This guy might be an asshole, but I'm sure the other people who worked on it aren't. Because somebody decided it was going to be anti-eugenics.
Yeah. Somebody really decided that that we were going to really go for like a pretty hard stance on not being pro-eugenics.
If I have a negative opinion about this movie. I have 2 negative opinions about this movie. 1, too much on-screen cat fucking. It was weird when it happened.
It's only 1, right?
It's one scene, but it happens multiple times.
I would agree with you that it is too much.
What's wrong with a fade to black is, I guess, my question. My number 2 problem.
Yeah, we faded to... Instead, we panned up to 2 birds fucking, which I thought was an amazing choice.
Okay. Yes, it was. My second problem with the movie is I felt that maybe it's just because it was released in the early 90s, but I felt like I knew what was going to happen because it played with thriller tropes, like exactly how you expect it to.
Yeah, I think it's...
At least for the murder mystery part. I mean, the dreams were crazy.
the dreams were crazy, and I liked the way that they were used as like to take place of the deductive.
Yes.
Like,
you never see Francis thinking through stuff. He just like his subconscious makes these logical leaps, like it's fucking Twin Peaks or something.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison. Yeah, I do think that the murder mystery it's fun. It's different in that like it's cats, you know? Mm-hmm. And so there are a lot of like limitations. Although not as many limitations as you would want, maybe.
As you would think. When Francis knocks a book off the shelf so he can flip to the bit about Gregor Mendel, I was like, I guess this cat just reads.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. The it's got a real like Sherlock kind of feel of like the mystery itself doesn't really matter. Like, we're just here to have fun.
I feel like it is a thriller more than it is a mystery. So, like...
Yeah, that's fair.
The mystery is technically what's pulling the plot forward, but you're there for the thriller aspects.
Right. I guess it's more Silence of the Lambs.
Take a step back, though. This is a movie told from the point of view of Francis, who is not like a detective. Like, he's not introduced as that. He's just a cat, lives with an archaeologist. Yeah.
I love this guy. What a dude. Yeah, what a dude to exist and have nothing to do with the movie.
Gustav is great. I thought he was going to have a little bit something at the end, and he didn't. Gustav is great because Francis is essentially his best friend. Gustav writes... He's an archaeologist, but it doesn't pay. So he's also a writer. But when he can't finish a book... Sorry,
real quick. He's not just a writer. He writes, like, erotic novels.
When he can't finish a book, he moves to, like, get his juices going. He walks in to the shittiest house.
This is the most haunted fucking house.
broken windows. It apparently smells like old chemicals and mold.
And piss.
You can piss and cat piss. You can see there's holes in the roof. You can see that somebody was starting to renovate it and just stopped. Like there's a bunch of renovation stuff just like sitting around when they get there. Like
yeah.
And he loves it. He's like, oh, this house, it'll just need a coat of paint. And Francis is like, oh my god, this place sucks.
He has a friend who joins him, who's like, seems to be like a rich fail son. Francis says he's a trendsetter and that he doesn't have a real job. And that guy's like, carpets are for homeless people.
Yes, he does say carpets are for homeless people.
Wood floors are the real shit. And I'm like, no, not these wood floors. These wood floors are covered in shit.
He had a great line about like how you wouldn't want to go old without and realize that you were never a rebel or something. And I was like, that's right. I know why Francis hates him. I think he's great.
I wouldn't be friends with this guy, but if this guy was a friend of my friend, I would love to talk to him.
I'm happy to hang out for half an hour.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of people at my job who I'm like this with, where I'm like, I love going to like work functions because I know that if they're there, I'm going to have a very interesting 30 minutes. It's great. It's going to really push this event, like help this event fly by.
So, speaking of events, Francis is looking around this house and he pops outside and he sees another cat. This cat gives him the angriest, meanest, one-eyed look, and Francis just walks right up to him.
He's like, hey, what's going on?
And I was like, that was not the look he was giving you. And this cat is staring out at another cat that is dead in the yard. Killed, Francis thinks, by a bite to the neck. Bluebeard's like, no, it's one of those damn can openers. It's what he calls humans.
I love this. What a great word for humans.
Yeah. What's great is that it's not a cat word for humans, so it takes Francis a little while to know what he's talking about. He's like, a can opener? So Bluebeard is going to be like Francis's sidekick for this mystery.
He's our Watson.
Yeah, except he's
Sorry, I need you to look at the actor who voices him, because this is the actor looks like this guy looks like that cat. This motherfucker looks like the cat.
He does.
It's crazy.
Maybe they modeled it
he was
after
in the Italian Connection. Wild. Anyway.
So, and I don't remember how many they said this was. Was this the first one, or it's like the third?
This was the fourth one.
Okay. So already established, there is a serial killer on the loose. And again, Francis thinks it's another animal. We don't see any other animals but cats, so it was a cat.
Well, Francis is adamant that it was another cat too.
Yeah.
Because he was like, that neck was torn out in a cat-like fashion.
Right. When they see the second corpse, he says, he talks about how like they were both in heat. There's 2 male cats in heat, and I believe that brings it to 4 male cats in heat, or something like that.
Correct. Yeah.
I think we get a dream sequence now.
Yes, we get a dream sequence where he imagines like a scientist with no face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember.
Well, he like gives him a collar, and then the collar turns into a chain. He's like dragging him off. What's interesting is that this. What's a little interesting to me is that this is not. This isn't. This dream is not based on anything Francis knows or could know.
Yeah, Francis has a little bit of The Shining. He's psychic.
Yeah.
Because he also dreams about fucking, he doesn't dream about fucking. He dreams about
Gregor he does that Mendel. In real life.
He does that in real life. He dreams about Gregor Mendel before that comes up.
Before he knows who Gregor Mendel is. He just saw a picture of him.
Yeah.
So
he
wakes up.
Well,
right? You're right. Sorry. No, you're right. They do meet this other group of cats first when Bluebeard brings him to the other corpse.
Yeah,
corpse.
They meet Kong, who is this absolutely massive cat. He looks like a dog.
He looks like a bulldog. My first instinct, and I think this is natural, is that Kong's the killer. Because he's fucking huge. Because Francis is like, somebody's been going, like, some horrible creature's been going ripping people's throats out. And I was like, Kong basically threatened to rip your throat out earlier. I don't know why you're not like, we should keep an eye on Kong.
He also...
It's not Kong, obviously, because it's not how these work, but...
Also, there's a lot of... I don't know what, like, it never happens in the movie again, but when they meet Kong and Bluebeard, I don't know if you mentioned that the sidekick's name is Bluebeard. The sidekick's name is Bluebeard.
It's good.
They start, I don't know how to say it, like, male posturing at each other by making a bunch of, like, homophobic jokes. They
sure do.
It was, and it's, like, wild.
I like don't have anything to say about it. It was really weird.
Yeah. I just wanted to point out that it happened.
Yeah. And it's unnecessary to the story or even to establishing what kind of characters they are, because the fact they're making homophobic jokes does not like matter to them.
No. Yeah, so and Kong has these two little like sniveling sidekicks.
It feels like they're modeled after the hyenas from Lion King.
A little bit, yeah. And they're all just kind of hissing at each other and shit. Mm-hmm. And Kong's like, "Hey, Francis, I'm gonna fucking kill you." For no reason, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was really weird. The whole thing was pretty weird. So after that dream that we talked about, Francis wakes up to discover that there's a cult in the attic.
Oh yeah. I forgot about this.
So, because I didn't take very good notes on this, because I was just kind of enjoying the movie, I'm over on the Wikipedia page. Now, the Wikipedia page claims that the cult, which is led by a cat named Joker, it claims that the cats perform ritualistic suicide by throwing themselves into an electric current. I was not clear that that's what they were doing, because some of them don't appear to be dead.
Also,
and
Bluebeard...
I had this thought, okay? I had this thought, and it's such an important thought that this movie really doesn't get into. Who cleans up the cat corpses? Because if little Gustav, our buddy Gustav, has to come upstairs, I think like there are 20 cat corpses in my house.
He's like, just a coat of paint. Just one coat of paint.
He would stop letting his cat outside, though, right? Or maybe he would only let him outside. They died in his house.
I don't know. The liberalness with which these people just let their cats go wherever the fuck they want.
I was by the end of this movie, I was like, how much are stray cats a problem in Germany?
That they must be a huge problem. Because also, and this is getting a little bit ahead. I'm pretty sure that by the end of this movie, Gustav has just adopted Bluebeard. Because, like, Bluebeard and fucking Francis are just hanging out, eating together at the house.
Yeah. Bluebeard just, I kind of imagine that Bluebeard kind of owns the neighborhood. He just walks in people's houses and they give him food.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Gustav is a soft touch. Come on.
Oh, yeah, no, that guy is...
He gives his cat, like, half a fish.
He buys fish specifically for his cat.
His cat, yeah.
I would never do that.
They aren't even supposed to have fish very much,
So, the Bluebeard is like, listen, you seem like a smart guy.
Okay, wait. We gotta, sorry.
Oh, the cult.
So there's this cult. There is apparently this cat who died but lived, named Claudandus.
Mm-hmm.
And the cult worships him, and this is why they're jumping into the electric current. Again, I'm not sure that they're dead. Partially because later Bluebeard just calls it some fun.
Correct. I think the Wikipedia is just straight up lying. I don't think they're dying, because Bluebeard's like, yeah, it's a little bit of excitement. You know, you just get a little shock. It's fine.
Right.
It gets the heart going.
But Francis, who is watching from above, makes some noise and they start chasing him, as far as I can tell, for, like, no real reason.
Yeah.
But you can make the argument that Francis runs for no real reason.
I would make that argument as well.
He goes through a skylight and ends up meeting Felicity, who is a blind cat who is the only witness to the murders because she heard them. I think it's good to mention with Felicity, actually. I think it's only her and Bluebeard that we see, but there's definitely an implication that there are lots of, in different ways, mutilated cats.
Yes, in this town. In this town.
Felicity can't see. Bluebeard has one eye. Kong is the size of a gorilla. So, like, maybe because there are spoilers. There are... No, I guess it's not spoilers, because they talked about with Claudandus. There were scientists who were experimenting on these cats.
Yeah. So and this was a long time ago, I think. Like, one of the cats is like, I think a kitten says that her great-grandfather personally knew Claudandus, and so it's like, this is like 3 generations of cats. What is that, like 10 years?
Yeah, I think you could probably 15? Say like 10 years ago, because it's long enough that these cats are adults, but not like ancient, and they are and to younger cats they would be like legendary.
Yeah.
For a while, I thought that Bluebeard was going to be revealed to be Claudandus, and that he just didn't know, because we established from Felicity that sometimes they appear to get some sort of traumatic amnesia from what happened.
Yeah, a lot of them don't remember having gone through this stuff as kittens. But Bluebeard is like, hey, you're a smart guy. I'll take you tomorrow to this other guy who might be able to help you out with this case.
Right.
That I don't know why you're so interested in it.
So I want to say this,
and then he has his radical dream sequence.
He does get it. Yes, I want to say something about Felicity that to me basically meant that the rest of the movie had no mystery element to it.
No.
Unless I second guessed myself, which I did at one point, but I was like, no, I'm right. Felicity says that the male cats that were killed were going after female cats in heat, a female cat in heat, and that somebody was like very soft-spokenly trying to dissuade them. Like, trying to talk them out of something. And then, after that, they heard the screams. And then we're introduced to Pascal, who is a cat who can use a computer and has a list of every cat in the neighborhood. And I was like, this is the serial killer. That's the type of thing that a serial killer would do.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to think it's him because he's so, like, soft-spoken and intelligent, but I just heard that this soft-spoken serial killer kills people. And then he's the one who reveals that Felicity is dead. He's like,
somebody just told me. Somebody just came in and told me.
Somebody just came in and told you, huh? Like, come on! And she's dead. There's no other cat whose head is removed.
She is. Well, I think the next cat that we find dead is pretty fucking dead.
Yeah.
Because she's beheaded. It's very clear that like she's murdered for being a witness.
Yes. You can even make the argument that since her head is removed, it seems like was killed in at least a slightly different way. It's like, she was killed to get her out of the way, not because this is part of whatever mad scheme Pascal has. Pascal's the one with the giant...
The computer.
I would say, yeah, he has a computer. That wasn't what I was going to talk about, though. I was going to talk about his probably 1.5 size portrait of Gregor Mendel in the house.
Oh, to be fair, it's not his portrait.
It's not his portrait. It is the human's portrait. But
Gustav seems like a cool dude, right?
Yes.
Like I would be friends with him. He seems like a really nice guy. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have been friends with the Gustav before. Pascal's owner, Zybel, is the most insane human being. He has these two massive portraits of people fucking from the Kama Sutra in his living room. And already I'm like, that's weird. And then in his office, he has this like you said, like 1.5 times life-sized greater than life-size portrait of Gregor Mendel.
You would have to look up to meet Gregor Mendel's eyes.
Yeah, it's huge. And also a guy who, like, I don't know how else to say this. He's not the kind of guy you want a portrait of.
Is there something wrong with Gregor Mendel?
He just looks weird.
Oh, he does look weird?
I should specify, this portrait looks nothing like him. It
actually doesn't. I clicked through to a picture of him. It doesn't even bear a passing resemblance.
No, they drew like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like yoked, like a yoked Gregor Mendel. Like, what if he fought a bear?
It's like the powerful Jesus that breaks the cross.
Yeah,
but with Gregor Mendel.
The Ubermensch Mendel. And it's a pretty, like, gnarly portrait.
It's spooky, for sure. There's a reason that Francis gets a nightmare about it this same night.
It's the kind of painting that, like, the eyes would follow you in a Scooby-Doo movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of painting it is. He has a chat with Pascal, and Pascal's like, yeah, like, everyone who's died is a European short hair and then he's like, oh, except for Felicity, who just died.
Except for Felicity, who just died. And everybody who died before that was a male.
Yeah, that's true.
At least for the moment, we think that's true.
So he goes to see Felicity's body, and then he meets up with Bluebeard and is like, it was terrible, man. She's dead as hell. She's
so dead just because she was a witness, and which sucks because she already told Francis what happened.
Right. It kind of feels it's not like he was gonna, like, in a this is kind of the thing, right? In a murder mystery about human beings, you want to kill a witness even after they've spoken to the detectives, because it means they can't go to court, right? And testify. But, like, who the fuck is she gonna tell? Like, no one else gives a shit about all these dead cats.
If Francis finds out who killed the cats, the only thing he will be able to do is kill that cat in turn. It's like the Old West.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no, like, there's no judicial system. There is no point in killing Felicity.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that later once the twist is revealed.
It's Pascal.
Well, that's not the twist.
That's not the twist. There is a quite good twist in a little bit. So Francis has this really fucked up dream.
This gave Watership Down a run for its money.
Yes. With the caveat that this movie was meant for adults.
And not children. Yeah.
This is meant to be upsetting. Watership Down is theoretically a movie for children. Because it's based on a book for children. But it's based on a book for children, so theoretically, maybe for older children, but anyway, point is.
Is it a book for children? I guess it is. White Fang a book for children?
White Fang is different. White Fang is different because
he straight up kills a man in that.
The author of Watership Down states that he told the story to his little girls. That's how he wrote it. He was just telling it to them, and they told him he had to write it down. So
that's it's absolutely bananas
for children, explicitly. Anyway, the point is, in this dream, Gregor Mendel is yelling about breeding plants, and he is puppeting a bunch of dead cats on strings, and they're all like dancing around him while he's yelling about like X and Y chromosomes and shit. And this makes Francis wake up in the middle of the night because yeah,
I mean, wouldn't you? And so he's like,
yeah,
I love this. This is one of my favorite things in the movie. He's like, I went to go hunt some rats to like blow off some steam.
To like clear my head. Yeah.
And he offhandedly says, rats are so interesting because they're always doing something and they're waiting for the day that they take over the world. And I was like, I'm sorry? What?
It'll happen.
Then he just kills a rat and he's like, I feel better now.
He kills a rat. But in killing the rat, he accidentally starts a VHS tape in which we see these three scientists trying to create, according to this, it's a fiber and glue tissue adhesive that would instantly close wounds. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's what they were doing.
What I saw was a guy pouring acid into cat skulls and drinking a lot of beer.
That appeared to be what happened. Most of the cats died, but Claudandus survived, and so he kind of became like the mascot.
The mascot for the project.
And however, this man was a raging alcoholic who the state did not want to keep giving money to so he could go around murdering cats. And the tape after all these terrible experiments, the tape ends on him saying that, like, Claudius is talking to him or something. And then Francis just kind of leaves.
He like sadly turns off the VHS, and I was like, no. Let's talk about this.
Like, go through it one more time. Really think about the implication.
But then Kong shows up and is like, hey, remember when I said I was going to kill you? It's that time.
Okay, so it's establishing Kong's deal is unnecessary, I guess. But, like, what the fuck is Kong's deal?
I think he's just a bully. He's like, you're a new cat in the neighborhood. You don't respect me. So I'm going to beat the shit out of you a little bit so that you know who, like, the big bad is. I think that's supposed to be his deal. But the problem is that we don't see him bullying anyone else. But then while they're having their cat chase, they find another body.
Yes. I don't remember her name, but it's apparently Kong's beloved. And he's pretty upset, and they see this really, like, messed up cat. And they...
disemboweled.
Yeah, they start chasing... Yeah, well, I mean, they see this other messed up cat who has, like, weird spots in his fur. Clearly, I don't want to call a cat homeless.
Yeah, but this
but
cat
he reads as homeless.
No, this is a cat that has not interacted with a human being.
They start chasing him, but Francis is the one who finds him by following him into a tunnel that turns quickly into a catacomb of dead cats.
A cat comb.
Yes. I also think that Bluebeard shows up around this time.
A cat comb. At this point, I was like, maybe Bluebeard is the murderer because he just shows up and he's like,
shows up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was following you guys. I saw you getting chased and I was following you guys.
Yeah, that was a weird moment of like, were you? That's such a murderer thing to say. But right. I could also kind of believe that Kong was being loud enough for him to have followed.
Yeah, that's true. And then they meet Yasaya, who is a gravekeeper.
So he like sees himself as a gravekeeper. It was his story was very odd to me. He was dropped off at this crypt by someone, maybe Joker, but like someone.
Yeah.
And his job is to be like the keeper of the dead. And this seems like it's a self-appointed job, really. He like believes that the dead come to him when they need him. And Francis looks at these dead and he's like, there are pregnant cats here and a lot of male and female cats who were in heat when they died. I don't know how you tell this from a bunch of corpses. But he's like, so this serial killer isn't somebody who has killed 6 cats. This is a serial killer that has killed, I think the number they come to is like 450.
Yeah, like
that was the moment where I was like, what is the stray cat population like in Germany? That was the moment where I was like, holy shit.
That 450 cats could be killed. And you're just like, and nobody notices. It's a fucking sneeze. I feel like if 450 pigeons were murdered in New York, somebody would notice.
So, because of all this, Francis is suspecting that Joker is secretly Claudius and is the murderer. He sends Bluebeard to go find Joker so that he and Pascal can question him. I don't know why he has decided that Pascal is like
a trustworthy source.
Right, but he has. Fool that he is. Joker has disappeared, and Pascal says it's because he was scared that he was going to be found out. And Francis is immediately like, nah, I don't believe that. That's too easy. He thinks Joker's been murdered. But they have like a big get together of all the cats, reveal what they know about the serial killer, and Pascal basically says it was definitely Joker. Joker ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes Francis go like, one more time I'm gonna look. And he looks around the house and he finds Joker dead, like sort of nestled quietly on a shelf.
Yeah, and says, "Oh, he let himself get murdered."
Yes, he takes this to mean that he let himself get murdered. Francis jumps to some big conclusions that, you know, I would want CSI in before I.
There was one more key piece of information that happens here, mm-hmm. which is Francis tells Bluebeard, "Oh, you know, don't you think that maybe Claudandus is in danger?" And Bluebeard's like, "Oh no, he's too old, and he has colon cancer. He's gonna die in like 6 months."
You mean Pascal?
Fuck.
Bluebeard twist. Yes. I forgot about that.
We already told them that it's Pascal. God damn it!
But that was the moment, right? That was I remember clocking that because he says that Pascal has colon cancer, and I was like, that's what changed. That's why he's not burying the bodies anymore.
Yeah,
he has colon cancer. He wants to be seen, and yeah, this turns out to be
because he's looking for a willing. Or able, not willing necessarily, but an able successor.
Yeah, he wants somebody else to do what he's doing, which is, it turns out, eugenics. We skipped a part.
Yeah, let's go back.
Alright, so cards on the table. I felt like Francis and Felicity had like a romantic moment.
Oh, yeah. There was some tension there, sure.
That's what I read that as. But perhaps I've just seen too many mystery shows. Because cats, apparently, instead of having romantic moments, just get the urge and then absolutely nut on each other.
Oh, man. The scene afterwards, Bluebeard's like, I can smell that you had sex all day yesterday. Yes. You nasty fuck. You little pervert.
And fucking Francis has like a limp, like he's so tired.
He looks like he's walking around like he went to the gym for the first time in 6 years. He's like, oh, yeah, let me just stretch it out.
But there's technically a reason that this sex scene is important, and it's that this cat is a new / old breed that has started showing up in this neighborhood. It's a new breed that is a throwback to an ancient Egyptian style breed. And that's when, I don't know about you, that's when I was like, it's eugenics. They're doing eugenics.
Correct. Yeah.
Because Pascal does not want, he wants cats to only breed with certain other cats.
What it is, right, is that during so the reason why the meat glue works on Claudandus is because Claudandus has a specific genetic mutation. And so this scientist is like, I'm just going to get you to fuck as many cats as possible so that we can put this genetic mutation into other cats. For what purpose?
This doesn't make any sense.
Step 1, get as many cats to fuck as possible.
Right.
Step 2. Step 3, I've changed the world of science.
It's just that he wanted to use it on humans. He says that early on.
The guy is drinking, he's so swigging drunk. Beer. He is swigging beer in the middle of operating on cats.
Yeah.
He's insane. And so the implication is that by doing all of this, he's fucked the genetic line of all the cats in the city. And so what Pascal has taken upon himself to do is to fix it, to eugenics cats back into the original proto species of cat,
so that they can become, I guess. So I think he wants them to overthrow humanity, but I don't think that this is likely to happen.
The goal is to kill all other animal species.
It is also important to know that Pascal / Claudandus absolutely murdered his old owner.
Oh yeah, he talked to his old owner. That's the thing he says is, my owner went crazy, and then I talked to him.
Yeah, he talked to him, and then when he opened the cage, he murdered him. And then for some reason, Zybold, this guy's assistant, takes him in. And this is how he learned about, like, heredity. And then he decides to run a eugenics program on all the cats.
And I know, and I know what you're thinking, if you're listener. What the fuck is this movie? It's kind of awesome. Because it's so wild.
So, like,
this is the plan.
Bluebeard and, it's wild. So Bluebeard and Francis have gotten into the house. Francis confronts Pascal, but we see that Bluebeard had been attacked. And Francis and Pascal fight once it's clear that Francis will not take over this eugenics work because he believes in justice for some reason. And...
I mean, with an owner like Gustav. It's because his owner is Gustav, and he's like, no, there are good humans.
Yeah.
And what is it that he says? He says, and then fucking Pascal / Claudandus, what does he say? He says the most insane thing. Oh, there aren't any good men. They're all bad. They're all the same. Animals are good creatures, but men are evil animals.
Yeah. It's good shit.
And then they like fight. And I was like, this is going hard.
They knock over the computer, it starts an electrical fire. Awesome. Francis gets like some of his face clawed off essentially, but he guts Claudandus.
For lack of a better word, he like unzips him like a sweater.
Yes. It's like a tauntaun.
It's wild.
From like navel
all the way
down. Just absolutely just slaughters him. And Claudandus, for like some the fuck out, still gets in some last words, even though I can see his kidneys like over on the other side of the room.
Yeah. He's like, I was good once. I was like, I don't know, man.
That did seem pretty sad when he was dying on the floor and he said, I was good once. I mean, what this is somebody who became violent because of terrible trauma. You know, it reminds me a little bit of, God, what was that Don Bluth movie? And then they made the terrible sequel. I'm thinking of the terrible sequel. Secret in M 2.
Yeah.
They played in that space, but it was a kid's movie, so it was garbage. And they're like, this is a creature who probably used to be okay, and now he's a monster and has to be put down. So, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. The house catches fire. Francis saves Bluebeard from the fire.
There it is.
They're lying out.
There's my question. Is Bluebeard alive?
He's fine.
Okay.
At the end of this movie, he could be fucking dead. But in the book, he's fine.
Okay. So I guess this was my issue. There's essentially the wrap-up sort of epilogue. There is a wrap-up scene. It's just insane.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Because the wrap-up is him being like, hey, there I am. It's me, Francis. And I'm about to get laid one last time.
Yeah, it's like the end of a James Bond movie. And it's like, why? Why wasn't it like, you know what I expected it to be? 100%. I was like, I'm going to see Francis and Bluebeard wrapped in the most amount of bandages you could put on a cat, big old cones on their heads, and each of them is like being fed by Gustav. That's what I was sure would happen. But instead it's just Francis being like, oh yeah, time to have more sex. Good thing I stopped all that eugenics shit and we can all have all the sex we want.
Now we can all fuck freely. It's all we ever wanted. Yeah, I think this movie's like a 4 out of 10.
I mean, I think this movie is better than that. I think the
I do too. It's such a wild ending.
There's a reviewer down at the bottom of this Wikipedia page that says, this is from the Austin Film Society, and it called it Catnip for Any Weirdo Who Has Ever Pondered the Possibilities of an R-rated Don Bluth movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's perfect, because it essentially is like an R-rated Don Bluth movie. And the thing is, I feel like if Don Bluth made R-rated movies, they'd be really good. And they're often handicapped by being kids' movies.
That's the thing, is that I think Don Bluth is a coward who wanted to make adult animated films and then couldn't do it because of his immense cowardice and desire to have funding.
Yes, a coward for money.
But this movie, by virtue of freeing itself from such constraints, I think is better. Now, does that make it good?
Interesting question. My issue is that, again, it does feel kind of like a generic thriller, but with cats. And I suppose if you like a generic thriller, and you like animation, and you're okay with cat corpses being puppeted around by Gregor Mendel, this is probably a good movie. I certainly didn't hate it the same way I hate lots of the movies we've watched.
Yeah, I was thinking about, because I was watching this on Tubi, not sponsored, and at the end it popped up The Plague Dogs.
It sure did, didn't it? Hey. And I was like, that's not the same.
And you're like, hey, you want to watch this? And I was like, I think the Plague Dogs to me is art. Like, I think the Plague Dogs it's not a movie, but I do think it's beautiful in its own weird way. I think that this movie is kind of like popcorn a little bit. I think Felidae is a little bit popcorn-y. It's a little bit like by the books. I don't think it's bad, but it's not a movie that I want to watch again. It's not a movie that I want to own.
I mean, I think that's fair. I think it's essentially like what do you call, like an airport thriller, but with cats.
Yeah. If they made an American version of this movie, Tom Cruise would be the voice of Francis.
Yeah, I thought it was fine, especially apparently for $5 million.
Right? $5 million. The Lion King came out the same year, $45 million.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
I thought it was fine, but it was also like, I don't need to watch it again.
No.
I just also suspect I will have a bigger problem with the next movie.
Oh, interesting.
I'm a little, I bet Aristocats gets boring, because I feel like it's boring.
What?
Yeah, Felidae, for all of its crimes, is never boring.
That's true. It's a wild ride from start to finish. It is an absolute thrill ride.
Yeah, and I like Gustav.
I do. I think he's a great cat owner.
We never really get to see him after those first couple of scenes. That's too bad, because he's...
There's a scene toward the end of the movie, I think it's the last time we really see him, or he interacts, is he's asleep, and Felix goes to lick his hand, and he's like, "Oh, Felix, did you have a nightmare? I wish I could be like a cat, just eating and sleeping."
Yes.
I was like, what life are you living, man?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. What a movie. What a wild movie.
What a film. Thank you for listening to Direct to Video.
Mm-hmm.
VHS?
VHS.
You were trying to decide if you were going to do the German thing again, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been your host, Tony Robusto.
I've been your host, Andy Reyes.
You can find me at inspiredbytrueevents.org.
Find me on Blue Sky at royalty_Valens, although I have deleted it off my phone because I had to. So I only use it on my laptop now. And you can also see me on YouTube at Ethical Games Journalism. Mm-hmm. And also, if you go to speedrun.com.
What?
And you look and you go to Mind Jack. I am currently the world record holder for the New Game Plus speedrun for Mind Jack. It's just something I did a month ago. I don't know why, I just did it. It's 2 hours and 48 minutes, 32 seconds of my life.
Okay. What is Mind Jack?
It is too much to talk about. It is I think it's from 2008. It's a sci-fi game published by Square Enix.
Andy, you are the only one with a New Game Plus run on Mind Jack.
Yeah,
but nobody has a regular new game on Mind Jack
because doing a new game run, you'd have to wipe the save off of your console, and it's like way too hard. It's way too hard. Also, the game's buggy as fuck, and not in like a helpful way.
Like it's not buggy like
Sonic 06.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of, but sure. God, it's gonna fucking kill me. What's the Valve game?
Portal?
The other one?
Half-Life.
Yeah, like Half-Life is so buggy that you use the bugs to skip whole portions of that. I know that.
No. This game is buggy in that like almost every weapon in the game just falls through the floor.
Amazing.
When it spawns, which will soft lock the game.
Excellent.
Yeah, I should stress, no one else has submitted a run for this game.
Yeah.
I did this largely because no one had done it, and I was like, well, surely it can't be that hard. And it turns out it wasn't. I think I could easily beat this time by like 30 minutes if I really tried. But that's not the point. The point is you can find me there.
Technically can.
If you would like to run Mind Jack, the 2008 sci-fi cover shooter by Square Enix, feel free to submit a run. I'm also the moderator.
Good.
Great. These are the things that I do with my time.
You can find the podcast at direct2.video and on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah. You okay?
I don't know why that got me so bad. Thank you to Scott Buckley for Homeward.
And join us next time for the 1970s Aristocats.
It's gonna be I don't have a cat pun.
It's gonna be divisive.
It probably is gonna be divisive.
Tony, this might kill the franchise.
I am the ghost of John Smith.
Cat murder, you say? Here in Berlin? I don't think so. What does he sound like?
I guess he's supposed to be British, technically.
Yeah, I guess he is supposed to be.
Oh, also, by the way, the other thing I did was I did pick up a copy of Dinotopia. It's a fucking good book, man. Did you know that, what's his name? I can't think of it now. He was inducted as a modern master and, like, has multiple books about, like, how to draw imaginary stuff like it looks real.
Oh, I knew he had a bunch of drawing books. I didn't realize that he was considered like a modern master.
He is. Anyway, he's very cool.
What a guy. James Gurney.
Seems like a cool dude.